Presented by Cursed by the Witch. Warning, use headphones before listening to horror podcast story.
Nightmare in the Looking Glass follows Catherine Delaney, an art historian and collector of antiques, who purchases an ornate, Victorian-era mirror with a mysterious past. The mirror, strikingly beautiful with a dark wooden frame intricately carved to depict twisted faces and serpentine figures, once belonged to the infamous Lynchwood estate. Whispers about the mirror suggest that it's cursed, with rumors that it was responsible for strange occurrences, madness, and even deaths in the Lynchwood family. Undeterred by these ominous tales, Catherine brings the mirror home, eager to research its history, but soon finds herself spiraling into a waking nightmare that blurs the line between reality and the supernatural. Part 8. The mirror arrives. When the mirror arrives at Catherine's home, she feels an immediate and eerie connection to it. Its surface gleams almost unnaturally, and the reflections within seem sharper and more vivid than those of any ordinary mirror. Catherine notices a strange, subtle distortion in the glass, as though shadows linger longer than they should, and sometimes she glimpses faint shapes at the edges of her vision. Her friends warn her about the mirror's dark history, but Catherine dismisses their concerns as superstition. One night, as she studies the mirror under dim light, she feels the room grow colder, and her reflection appears altered. Her face seems aged, her eyes hollow, and her expression twisted in fear. The distortion fades quickly, but the image leaves her unnerved, sparking her desire to dig deeper into the mirror's origin. She discovers that it was crafted by a reclusive artisan named Aldous Carr, who was rumored to have dabbled in dark rituals and bound spirits into his creations. Part 2. Strange Phenomena and Hidden Histories. As days pass, Catherine's experiences grow increasingly unsettling. She sees strange figures in the mirror, a woman in Victorian attire with hollow, lifeless eyes and an eerie smile that seems to beckon Catherine closer. Catherine feels drawn to these images, often standing transfixed before the mirror for hours, unaware of time passing. She begins hearing whispers at night, low murmurs that seem to come from the mirror itself, calling her name or reciting phrases in an unfamiliar, archaic language. Researching further, she learns that the last owner of the mirror, Margaret Lynchwood, succumbed to madness, convinced that the mirror was haunted. Margaret claimed that a malevolent entity trapped within the mirror would watch her from the shadows, growing closer each time she gazed into its surface. Her obsession with the mirror drove her to isolate herself, eventually leading her to disappear under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a diary filled with chilling accounts of her descent into paranoia. Part 3. The Mirror's Hold tightens. Catherine's nights grow restless, plagued by vivid, nightmarish visions in which she is trapped within the mirror itself. In these dreams, she sees herself wandering through endless halls of mirrors, each reflection of herself twisted and distorted. Her own face appears gaunt, her skin pale, her eyes dark and hollow. The woman she had seen earlier now appears in each dream, silent and still, her smile widening until it becomes grotesque, almost monstrous. Catherine wakes each time in a cold sweat, unable to shake the feeling that these aren't just dreams, but memories of someone else's torment echoing in her mind. The mirror's influence seeps into her waking hours, as Catherine begins noticing strange bruises on her skin and a dull, pulsing ache in her head each time she looks into the mirror. She becomes increasingly isolated, distancing herself from friends and family, obsessed with understanding the entity within the mirror. She begins to see shadowy figures moving in her home, flickering in and out of view, and hears faint laughter coming from darkened rooms. Part 4. Discovering the Curse. Desperate for answers, Catherine returns to Lynchwood Estate and speaks with the last surviving member of the Lynchwood family, Edmund Lynchwood, a frail man who lives in self-imposed isolation. Edmund reveals that the mirror was cursed by Aldous-Carr, who, legend says, intended to trap his soul within the mirror to achieve immortality. However, something went wrong in the ritual, creating an entity that feeds off the life force of anyone who looks into the mirror for too long. Edmund claims that his family members each fell prey to the mirror's curse, losing their sanity before vanishing, leaving only the haunting echo of their reflections behind. He warns Catherine that the mirror has claimed many souls and that it will only grow stronger the longer she keeps it. His chilling final words to her are, "Once it has you, it won't let go. It pulls you in, bit by bit, until there's nothing left of you outside its frame." Part 5. The Final Descent. Refusing to believe she is powerless, Catherine resolves to confront the mirror, hoping to break its hold. She arms herself with the diary of Margaret Lynchwood, convinced it holds the key to defeating the entity. That night, she stands before the mirror and reads passages from the diary aloud, hoping to challenge the curse. The room grows frigid, and the lights flicker, casting her reflection in a shifting, ghostly light. Her reflection begins to change, morphing into the face of Margaret, then into other twisted forms of past victims, all screaming in silence. Finally, the hollow-eyed woman appears in the reflection, her smile now a wide, terrifying grin. She reaches out from within the mirror, and Catherine feels an icy grip on her arm, pulling her closer to the glass. In a moment of terror, Catherine drops the diary and tries to turn away, but the mirror's pull is too strong. Her body feels as if it's being sucked into the glass, her vision blurring as her surroundings fade into darkness. Her last sight is of her own horrified face trapped in the mirror's surface, her hand pressed against the glass from the other side, as she realizes she is now a part of the mirror's collection of souls. Epilogue: The Mirror's New Guardian. Days later, Catherine's disappearance becomes a local mystery. Her home is left empty, with the mirror's frame now showing an additional twisted face within the carvings, as if absorbed into the wood itself. The mirror is eventually sold at an auction, its sinister beauty intact, with a faint image of Catherine's horrified face barely visible in its depths. The cycle continues as the mirror finds a new home, waiting patiently for its next victim, feeding on the souls of the unwary, adding to its gallery of trapped spirits. And so, the nightmare in the looking glass persists, a dark legacy reflecting the terror of all who dared to gaze too long into its haunting depths.
Thank you for watching. Just like and subscribe.